Hey, 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 Tallahassee, surrounding areas, and the whole world. Welcome back to another episode of Healthy Happy Hour. I am Joseph Ward. And we got another exciting, informative, educational episode of Healthy Happy Hour here. And, we do our best. Well, we start off bringing you Healthy Happy Hour once a month, but hey, we got too many friends, and there's too much stuff going on in these Tallahassee streets and people who are doing wonderful things. So you're going to get happy hour whenever we give it to you nowadays. So sit back, relax, and prepare to learn as much information as possible. Remember, you can learn more about myself, Joseph Ward, and my co-host, Matthias Sweet, by visiting our parent website at www.neighborhoodmedicalcenter.org. You can also learn more about our podcast, Healthy Happy Hour, as well as Mind Your Body and Soul on our podcast website, which is www.nmcpodcast.com. And make sure you subscribe to our Neighborhood Medical Center YouTube channel so you can support us there for all of our podcasts, which is our Healthy Happy Hour and our Mind Your Body and Soul. You can watch them all day and learn as much as possible. Once again, that's our Neighborhood Medical Center YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe this video, since you on YouTube watching this video, like this video, share this video, subscribe and comment, all those things. That way, as many people as possible, especially the people who are in this Tallahassee community, can learn as much as possible about our South City Tech Hub. And so for me, let me get into this. Okay, so for me, I'm a native Tallahassee. For a while, my family, we lived on a road called Putnam Drive. And if you know anything about Putnam Drive ran right into the heart of the South City behind two project areas, which is Hollyfield and South City. South City being one of the most prominent low-income housing areas in Tallahassee. For me, South City was a place where that's where I learned to play soccer. We had a local soccer team, a guy named Vinny came out and taught us soccer. So we learned soccer. There was a place where we went and played with other children. And it was just an environment that we was able to grow up in and just flourish and grow and meet other people and learn new things and have experiences in life. Now, fast forward to me as an adult, South City is still a place like that for the children. But now we have people who are newer generations who are bringing much more to South City. And the South City Tech Hub is one of the things. So when I learned that, hold up, there's a tech hub in the middle of South City, the little hair I have left on my head perked up. Because I'm like, hold on now. This is awesome. Me, I'm not the biggest technology person, but I appreciate technology and I do what I can to learn. But so Nicole Moltimore is here to tell us about the South City Tech Hub. So 22 years of promoting health and wellness as a physical therapist. She has a bachelor's degree in physical therapy and psychology from the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, my school, and a master's in public administration from Florida State University. And she is currently working towards her doctoral in public health with an emphasis on behavioral health and health education at Florida A&M University. Will you go ahead and do your thing? Once again, I'm gonna give it up for Nicole Moltimore, who's representing our South City Tech Hub. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
It's an honor as a Tallahassean to have people such as yourself who are willing to give back to this community, who are willing to pour your time and your efforts and your resources into the children of the community. So I thank you for that.
No problem. No problem. I feel honored. I feel
So
very
so
honored.
yes, man. Thank you. So what is the Tech Hub? Tell us all about the Tech Hub so we can learn something.
Oh, the Tech Hub is, I like to call it a multi-purpose use facility. So first, let me give you some background with South City Foundation. Um, South City Foundation was birthed out of Whole Child Leon, founded by Governor Childs, Lawton Childs, and Senator Lorraine Osley. So with that, they decided on creating, when they saw a need with Leon Hochschild, they saw a need in the area. So they created South City Foundation in order to funnel resources into South City, and they wanted to emphasize on housing, health, and education.
Okay.
So with that, we Then, because it was incorporated, South City Foundation was incorporated in 2019. And then, the world shut down.
Yes.
And kids then had to depend on technology. They
Hmm.
needed internet service. They needed computers just to do assignments for school. So what they found out, Leon County Public Schools reported there were 800 kids in the South City area who did not have access to technology. Either they didn't have a
Wow.
computer and or they didn't have internet service. So hence came the Tech Hub. So with the Tech Hub, and through a great grant with Comcast, the Lift Zone, they wanted to make sure that we were able to provide a space for people in the community who needed internet services and needed to use the computer.
Right.
So that was the birth of the Tech Hub. So the main focus of the Tech Hub was we're here if you need to use the internet. We wanted to bridge that digital divide. Also, patients weren't able to go to doctor's appointments.
Hmm.
So telemedicine became big. So
Right.
telemedicine in my practice as a physical therapist, we call it telerehab. It's been out there for some time, but a lot of insurance companies wouldn't authorize it, wouldn't pay for it.
Hmm.
So when the world shut down, it was like, hey, let's move to this telemedicine, telerehab format. So we have a space. So if anyone needs to privately meet with their physician, they can. And if they needed to print anything out, they can do that as well. So that was how the Tech Hub came to be. And then from that, once the world started opening up again, we have a homework hub. And through some tutors who volunteer their services free of charge with The Sky's the Limit, founded by Kai Sims,
Hmm.
we have the homework hub. So we can help
Okay.
students with their homework, whether they're face to face or online. Um, and it's you can call it an after school program in a sense. We do arts and crafts, fun activities. We
Right.
play. We have a community garden, so we garden out there. Earth and Young help to uh, renovate the space that we have and help to build the community garden. So recently, over our spring break camp that we just had, we harvested collard greens, which were very
Yeah.
delicious because I cooked them that weekend.
Good.
Along with some other parents came back and was like, those greens were good. The kids had an opportunity to taste radish. They
Yes.
they didn't enjoy it, but
I bet.
they tried it.
Right.
So and we planted strawberries and tomatoes and corn, so and sweet peas. So they had fun. We had 4-H come out and talk to them about pollination and about technology. They have a what is it called? The tech change makers with 4-H. So they showed them how to make stickers and help them with technology. So we're multi-purpose. We're also a food pantry. We have after school snacks through Second Harvest.
Good.
So we're just there for the community, and we're there to provide resources for the community. I've talked to so many people. Any interest in business loans, we have information from the Appalachian Regional Planning Council,
Hmm.
Minority Business um, Commission Council. It's through the city of Tallahassee, but
So,
we have information to help people with whatever they may need. We
right.
may not be able to do everything, but we can gear you in
Right.
the right direction.
So
So,
I have a question. Okay.
mhm,
So in a day and time where everybody's on their phones,
mhm,
you still had over 800 people who had no access to internet.
yes.
That and see, the reason why I said it like that is because it's almost unthinkable. It's most of us in our minds is everybody has internet access because everybody has a phone. Unless we're not thinking about like extremely poor people, but just the
Mhm,
average people that we would see, even some of the people that may be in some of the underserved communities and things. will see them with phones. So the assumption is, okay, if you have a phone, you have internet service and you have access to this, this, and this, and this, and this. But I'm glad that you are saying this like this, because it's a reminder to us who are in the service industries and who are serving people that you still need to ask questions. You still need to find out more about the people, because our assumptions could lead us to not provide the services that people may need.
Correct, correct. So we just had a with our spring break camp, one of the ideas was, oh, we'll do a TikTok challenge. And so my first thing as a parent who did not allow their child to utilize social media until right before they graduated high school, my thing was, well, one, we don't know if the parents want their kids on social media. Two, we don't know if they have a phone with its access. So we can't assume,
right,
just because we have phones and phones are, everybody have phones, we can't assume everybody has a phone. So maybe the parents have a phone, but oftentimes those kids that come to our hub, they don't have a telephone, or it's their mom's phone or their dad's phone or their grandma's phone or uncle or aunt's phone. So we can't assume that. And then even though we have internet service on our phone, it's limited. So stuff that you have to submit to class, or you can only use certain type of websites, it may not have a mobile feature.
Right.
And then if you have to type a paper or write something or download something, print something out, that can be difficult even if they had that. And all phones aren't hotspot phones, and
right.
So there's a lot of things we do have to consider. But yeah, I was shocked as you are with that many people. And you have to think too, even though South City is a very small, manageable, walkable community, there's a lot of apartment complexes.
Yes, it is.
In South City. So that's why that number is so large.
Right. Yes. That's definitely correct. Because like I say, that area, the South City, or just even the whole area from, I would say, from Texas Street back up to Jim Lee Road, just even that. So many families, and especially if you think across the street from Appalachian Ridge to all of that is encompassing these communities, and sometimes even further back, because the people who may live in the neighborhood going toward Fairview could all be in these areas. So we're talking about, but also the dynamic of how Tallahassee is set up. Now, I don't know if these are still the numbers, but I remember at one time it was a study showing that with Orange Avenue, the split in income or wealth and from Orange Avenue from the Jake Gaither side was about $15,000 to $20,000 higher than the Bond side. Now, that was a while ago. I can't even find it, so them numbers probably not even relevant anymore. But at the time, it was showing just direct disparity from 5 steps across the street. But there's a lot of times we may not know, we may be disconnected, but something like this hub is not only a place where information can be put out, but if somebody is disconnected, they can be reconnected to the information and resources they need.
Right. So, and I'll say this too, with South City Foundation as a whole, they've developed what's called the Neighborhood Leadership Council, which consists of multiple neighborhoods. So, I mean, we have, and they're neighborhoods of different socioeconomic backgrounds. Right. So we have from Myers Park and Indian Head Acres to Bond and South City and Appalachian Ridge and Wilson Green and Tuskegee and Jake Gaither and Bond. So various socioeconomic neighborhoods. But that's where we try and come together and support one another and learn. We just had a cleanup day this past Saturday in South City. And our feeder schools for South City Foundation is Hartsfield, Fairview and Rickards. So we
Okay.
had some students from Rickards and Fairview come out with their parents to help out with cleanup day. But we also had members of other neighborhoods to come and help out, along with Senator Osley. So, and a board member of South City
Right.
Foundation. So it was fun. But yes, in the future, I would like to see more of our residents, of South City helping out. I don't officially stay in South City as far as what South City Foundation is catered to, but I stay
Hmm.
a block away. I'm
Right.
across the street. So
So you're part of the community.
I'm in the community, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And but that's big because it's like people who are in the communities and still living around the communities or even in the communities, I see it every day. We see the disparities every day. We see the people who need help every day. So
Mhm.
that's why what you guys are doing is so powerful. It's like the event that Saturday that I met you at, and I got this information I learned about the hub. I wasn't really sure. I was coming from out of town, and all I know is I told them that our CEO asked me to go to this event. Sure, I'm coming back. I'm coming back from out of town. I'm going. But when I got to the event and we started asking questions and started learning more about it, like, oh, okay, being able to see the garden, going over to see the greens that were there. See, I think they were either radish or beets that were in the ground because we were having a whole
Yeah, the radish.
conversation
Yeah.
about everything. But just being able to see it and being able to see an apartment turned into a hub for the students to be able to come in and use the computers and learn more about it, because we have that tech hub is important for our youth and our elders, because we have these young kids, whether they like it or not, technology is your future and it's only getting better. But
Exactly.
but our elders, they need to learn technology as well. I know some that don't want to learn, but they need to learn it just as much, because in some respects, they're going to be teaching these young kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the young kids teaching the elders.
Yeah.
But we have organizations who have offered to come in and are ready to come in once we get a crowd of a few
Hmm.
people, but they're willing to help elders or older adults um, learn and understand, make security on the computer or safety on the computers, um, so that their information won't get out there, and how to pay attention or pay note to a scam,
Right.
and then just the basics of using a computer, and just getting on a Microsoft Word, or
Right.
or emailing something or scanning something. So the need is out there because listen, I remember when I was younger and everybody started getting microwaves. I'm telling my age.
Mhm.
I didn't trust it.
I remember.
I was one of the last people I know to use a microwave, because in my head, food shouldn't cook that fast.
Right.
And something's not right with it. And that's how some people perceive computers, like, oh, that's a phase. It's not gonna be. You can't trust computers. I
Right.
remember when people used to say, "Oh, just save it to the cloud." What?
Right. What cloud?
Where's the cloud?
Yeah.
So, it's still. I understand how it still can be challenging and it still can be intimidating to some. So, one good thing with kids, they see it in school so much, so it's common to them, and they know
Right.
it. So I know they can grasp it easier. And they're so used to having, Google at their fingertips, or some social media at their fingertips. But for older adults, we really have to help them to navigate it and help them to understand the benefits of it, and then
Right.
stay safe at the same time.
Yeah. I understand, because I'm thinking back to when I was younger, like freshman in high school, taking a typing course. And remember, I'm the time in school. They still, it's mandatory that you learn cursive writing. So that's the time, you know. So you
Right.
have to learn cursive writing. So I'm as far as these we talking about the early Microsoft or the early Apple computers with the big bulky
The big,
computers and all
yeah.
these things. And so it's like, will I even be typing on computers in the future? I wasn't expecting to be typing on computers in the future, but here we are. We're
Right.
typing on like nobody's learning cursive writing, and you have to learn computers. I
Right.
remember graduating. It was a requirement. It was added to the curriculum to graduate from FAMU. I had to take a computer course. Just added that to the curriculum out of nowhere. So,
Yeah.
so with that being said, is it difficult, especially when we're talking about our elders in our community? Is it difficult teaching them the technology, or what techniques or what strategies do you guys use to teach our elders the technology that make it more palatable for
Hands-on and patience.
them?
Hands-on. And when I say elders, let me be clear. I'm gonna put myself in that category. I'm in my 40s. So 40s and up, need to learn
Yes, I agree.
how to use
I agree.
computers and use it safely, and the different nuances that comes and applications and so forth with computers. Um, but the best thing we can do is hands-on, and so that's the benefit of the tech hub, because you can come there. You don't have a computer at home, come and use the computers that we have, use the internet service, and just hands-on and patience.
Hmm.
Patience on the student, the adult learner, and patience on the person who's educating that adult learner, whether
Right.
it's a child, because we have students at Rickards, high school students who are ready to work with the older population, and which I like that, because sometimes, like in your elementary schools, you have older adults going in, being an adoptive grandparent and
Yeah.
reading kids. Well, on the flip side, you have some students at Rickards who are willing to teach older adults how to use the computer and use it safely.
Gotcha. Not so, and that's amazing, but because I'm still in awe of just the transformation of what's going on at Rickards. Because I graduated from Rickards, and we didn't have these opportunities. Now, granted, I was focused only on football. I was one of those students, football and girls. But options matter. But options do matter. But just being able to see that, but seeing the opportunities that are available for the people that's in these communities. Because when you have options, if my options are limited to just sports and this, but I can see all these different things, see all these different options. Because one of the things come to my mind is coding. So is coding a part of the curriculum, a part of things that some of the young people and the elders can learn?
Actually, yes, it can
Okay.
be. So, what you say about Rickards? My daughter graduated from Rickards,
Okay.
and she graduated from Rickards in 2018.
Okay.
And so from then to now, there's so much, you know, and a lot of it is with what's going on with the time and place and stuff, and a lot of things is knowing those options, and what do you have. Like Rickards has Lively is out there, you get a CNA license, right? So they had that when my daughter was out there. They have a full-fledged clinic there now.
Yes.
um they have the robotics program that
Yeah.
has just amplified. They have so many things to offer students in the community, and they provide, and that's one of the great things. Mr. Cook, always an amazing principal. They provide so many options, and options are good,
Mm-hmm.
options are good, but yes, that standard of basic computer skills is needed. And that's one reason why, FAMU incorporated, and universities across the nation incorporated in their programs
Yeah.
in order to graduate. But um you have kids there that they do coding, you have kids they do robotics, kids do engineering. I mean, it's so much that's going on. And what we need to do, Rickards just had a fair a summer camp fair at
Mhm.
was held at Rickards this past Saturday. And what they're trying to do is incorporate or attract more students on the south side of town to go to these summer camps because they're STEAM camps focused on engineering, math, and technology, and arts. But what they want to do is help to expose kids to, hey, there's so much more and there's more things coming. Like you said,
Yes.
you didn't think, oh, we'll be typing everything now. Well, in the future, we're going to be dictating stuff. We're going to voice,
Yes.
just like on our telephone, we can
Yep.
just talk it in. And they have programs like that because I'm not the best at typing. So I've already looked into I've already looked into some programs. But there's we have to change with what's going on around us.
Yes.
And um, like your question on coding, that if you want to get into computers, that's a great way because everything requires coding. The games that the kids play, that's coding. The technology that we use, the different apps, that's coding. So I think that's an amazing thing. And with that interest, we can provide those community classes or series because there are people out there who are willing. And that's one thing at the hub that we want to do, be able to offer community classes. We have Envision Credit Union. They're one of our partners, and they are ready to provide um, education, financial help.
That's good.
So, regardless of what it is, we want to be able to provide that or make it available for residents in South City.
Right. Right. And especially walking distance. Because one of the working in healthcare and serving the community, one of the things I learned was you have to eliminate as many barriers as possible for people to get to the resources. People who are not used to having resources,
Mm-hmm.
you have to, well, and I'm reading a new book now about creating new habits, about the power of habits, and how you have a trigger, a habit, and a cue, and then there's a craving that drives it. And so to be able to build these new habits, so you have people who've had the habit of not being able to access computers or access these things, and it's not because they intentionally try to build this habit; it's because none of these things were available.
Right.
Okay, so now these things are available. So now we have to make sure we get these people to help build these people or get these people into the habit of utilizing these services and making it something that they access on a regular basis. And that's one of the reasons why we're here. We want to make sure we help get the word out, but let people know about all the things that the South City Foundation has going on. I mean, I see a lot because I know I was used to seeing Christine Henry and Clifford Jackson out in the community, and so those were the first two people that I ran into that I learned about the South City Foundation, and then just being in the community more and just learning more, and then having that Saturday being able to come out and see what the Tech Hub was doing was like a culmination. All right, y'all got to come on this podcast so we can learn more about it because it's just amazing. And then being able to part with a lot of the organizations that you have because I believe it was a collegiate organization that day who were serving the food and cooking the food and being able to help out with those. So how did you get like community agencies, colleges, these organizations with some of these college students and adults? How do you get all these people involved in what you have going on at the Tech Hub?
Honestly, the main way you can partner up with people is if you all have the same outlook or the same goal, want to reach the same destination. So, and I must say, I've only been with South City Foundation for 5 months.
Right.
So I've met Christique in meetings, but she was the original community engagement coordinator, and Clifford was her assistant at the time. Then she went on. She's doing big things with the Solar Southside coming up. Right. So she she went on to do other things. And so I came along. November 29th was my first day.
Mhm.
And then we were just getting out or just opening up from everything shutting down because the world started opening up
Yes,
again.
yes.
And so the hub was there, but no one was coming in. So the first thing I know, Courtney, the executive director,
Mhm.
one was let's start with the homework hub. So I reached out to students. So I'm passionate about Florida A&M University.
Mhm.
um, I'm an adjunct professor there. I helped
Okay.
out with the graduate studies, um, School of Graduate Studies and Research with their Graduate Student Association.
Mhm.
And my daughter is a student there and played volleyball. And she's also a resident, currently a house manager in one of the honor homes.
Okay.
Well, some of her friends are amazing. And one young man started his own nonprofit, which is called The Sky's the Limit.
Okay.
So when he heard that I was in need of tutors, he was like, Mama, I got you.
Yeah.
And so that's how that developed.
Okay.
And so they have become so dependable. And one of the reasons why we're able to be open right now, we're only open from 2 to 6 Monday through Friday because we do have a skeleton staff. Everybody's part time, even
Mhm.
Courtney. So um, we have a skeleton staff, but the reason we're able to be open as often as we are, and the reason we're able to do the spring break is because of students that came in from the Sky's the Limit, and they've
Right.
been just so dependable. Where Courtney even hired, because we do have student interns. 2 students work with us that attend Rickards, so now we have student intern supervisors.
Okay.
So they've just been there and they've been committed to helping, just helping,
Right. Right.
helping the community.
That's good. So everybody who watching this, if you're in the Tallahassee surrounding area and you want to give back, you're looking for some way to give back somehow that you can help your community, reach out. Reach
Yeah.
out. Reach out. You can be a part of the Southside Foundation. You can help out at the Tech Hub. Um, what's the best way people can contact you?
Um, well, I'll give you to learn more about South City Foundation, I would recommend them to go to southcityfoundation.org, which is our
Okay,
website.
cool.
You can learn about all the projects and wonderful things that we're doing. We have a very wonderful and diverse board of directors. Um, they are a part of the purpose built community, which is going to rebuild where the Orange Avenue apartments are. They're a part of bringing a early learning center to the property on Leonard Weston. They're working with Leon
Okay.
County School Boards now. And they're also trying to find places where to build more low income housing. So there's a lot of things that South City Foundation that we're doing. I'll be remiss to say also, we also have legal services housed at the Tech Hub. So if anyone needs from bankruptcy to rental assistance to landlord tenant disputes to family law, we mm, they may not do family law. I'm not sure, but we have legal services in North Florida housed at our Tech Hub.
Right.
But feel free to call me. My cell number is 850-405-2272. And I'm usually at the Tech Hub again from 2 to 6, Monday through Friday.
SouthCityFoundation.org is the website where people can learn more.
Yes.
And so the website and phone number is in the description of this video, so y'all make sure y'all check it out. But like I said, it's something wonderful that's happening in Tallahassee, and I want to make sure I'm a part of letting more people know about it. As somebody who the South Side has nurtured me, I've seen a lot. I've seen the South Side transform. I've seen a lot of good and a lot of bad. I've seen even more good. But one of the things that I do know about the South Side of Tallahassee is if you pour into the people and you nurture the people, and I'm saying this from experience because nobody expected, like my age group, my friends and I coming out of Rickards High School at the time we came out, half of us was expected to be in jail or dead.
Mhm.
But all of us are doing something with our lives. Every last one of them that I could think of are doing something with our lives. You may have a couple who are struggling, but they're getting back up and they're doing something with their lives. But that's a testament to people giving back and people caring. So the South
Right.
City Foundation and the Tech Hub is going to be a part of more and more generations of people coming from the Southside of Tallahassee to help not just make Tallahassee better, but make the world better. Because Moltimore, you definitely are a part of that. So we appreciate you and everything that you're doing, because this is not something you have to do. You choose to do this. So we appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
And I appreciate you
Oh,
because
no
what you're
problem.
doing is amazing. Just getting the word out, being a representative of your community, being a representative of the neighborhood medical center. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to stay in contact with you, because
Please.
we're getting some new equipment around here. So once we get our new cameras and our stuff in, we want to see if we can set up a day we can come in and kind of film around and kind of show some things and be able to put that information out to the public as well.
That would be awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
That
So
would be awesome. Well, if you don't mind,
mhm.
three things I would like to hit on. One, South City Fun Day is the
Okay.
third Saturday of every month,
Okay.
starting at 11 o'clock. We run from 11 to 2, and we're just out there having a good time. Whether we're in the garden, whether we're playing with the kids, whether the kids are going to be back and forth on the computers, we're just out there having a good time, and getting to know our neighbors.
Right.
So that's one. Two, we are looking for an executive director. So there's a search going on right now. If anyone's interested, South City Foundation is looking for an executive director. And three, had a brain fart. Mm, had a brain fart. It was three things: executive director. Oh, to come back to me one day.
Yeah,
We'll
it's all
we'll
right.
just talk offline.
It's all right. We got the other two. So the fun day is third Saturday of every month.
Yes,
And you look for executive director. So the event that we attended was a fun day.
it was.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
It was. But we did an open house. So that's so normally we don't invite all of our partners, and we don't have a DJ. We do have music, but it's a big stereo system thing that we have. But that was an open house because what we wanted to do was hopefully the residents in the community would come out and learn about what's going on in South City, because as you
Right.
see, all of the partners there had a direct input of changes that were being made in South City. So like
Okay.
Second Harvest was out there. Now we are food pantry. And we provide snacks. Like we
Yes.
not I shouldn't even say snacks. We can feed the kids.
Yes.
Like they had a whole meal yesterday.
Yeah. That's good.
And loved it and wanted seconds. And we were
Right.
like, sure.
And eat this
Um,
food.
so yeah, and with neighborhood medical center moving right there in South City,
Yep.
we wanted to let the community know, hey, this is what's going on. You have
Right.
Blueprint 2000 were there because of what they're doing in South City. Star Metro was there because of what they're doing in South
Right.
City. So we and again we wanted to be visible and be transparent
Okay.
and say, hey, this is what's going on. If you have questions, you know, here are the people you need to talk to. Or these are the
Right.
people, any questions or concerns, you can talk to them directly.
Okay. Well, you give me ideas and they starting to let us back outside. So we're gonna have to get with you, because we got a DJ and we got stuff here too as well. We like
Oh,
we like the we like the jam when we go out in the community,
oh,
serve
you
our community.
definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna get together and coordinate one of these Saturdays so we can be a part of that and probably make it to a
Okay.
resource fair or something like that. So,
Okay, great. I would love it.
thank you once again, and look forward to working with you in the future. And look out for my emails.
Definitely will. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
No problem. Thank you very much. And everybody, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.